Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda and I'm a migraine crafting diva. And on this channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. In today's video, it's going to be part one of my Come Decorate With Me refresh of my living room. So here I'm just showing you what my living room currently looks like. I have been in the process of trying to get my living room repainted since October, I think, is when I started on the first wall, and it's just been a heck of a journey with dealing with all of my health issues that I have been dealing with lately, and on top of my migraines. So I was finally able to get my living room painted, thank God. So what I started off by doing was I went ahead and wiped down all of my walls first. Well, I only had to do actually a wall and a half because I already did two of the walls. I believe I did one back in December, and then I did one back in October, if I'm not mistaken. And then I went ahead, and you can see where I went ahead and just patched up the holes, the nail holes. I don't know what I'm doing here with this camera. No, I don't know why I keep showing you all the ceiling. That makes sorry. So once I had my walls patched and I went ahead and just sanded everything down, I am going to use what paint am I using here? So I'm going to be using the alabaster and satin, and I'm going to give it 3 coats. There was a section that I did paint, and I used some primer on it, and I actually ended up using the same amount of coats. So I just decided that I was just going to use 3 coats. I will say that I'm only going to paint the walls, and then I will end up going back. I'm going to use this edger also. I love using these when I paint. And then I'm also going to use, I'm just showing you what I'm using to paint. I have a little small roller, but the edger, I really love using that edger, especially when it kind of helps to kind of keep things clean, especially if you don't like to use a lot of tape, which I don't mind using tape. So here I'm just showing you my paint, and then I'll just show you the roller that I'm going to use and the paintbrush that I'm also going to use, because I'm going to start off by, so my walls are in our living room, they are panel. We do have panel walls in our living room for some reason, but we don't mind it. It kind of just gives it that farmhouse feel, and they were already there when we purchased our home. So I'm going to start off by just painting the little sections, the little creases or cracks in between the paneling, and then I'll go back with the roller and the edger. And so I forget what I was going to say here. Oh, so back to, I ended up doing 3 coats because even with me using the primer, I still had to use 3 coats. Now when I did use the alabaster in our kitchen, I only had to do 1 coat because it was a lighter color. The color in our kitchen was a color that I mixed myself, and I just had Lowe's make me a couple of cans. This was when we first purchased our home. And then we ended up having a roof leak in our home. So I ended up I was going to try and make another color, but then I just decided I would just pick a paint color and just go with it. So I just picked alabaster. So that's what I went with. So then I just decided I was just going to add it to our kitchen, our dining room, and our living room, and our hallway. So finally making it down to our living room, and I'm finally getting it done. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and just start painting, and I'll just let you watch me do that. I'm also going to do a DIY in this video of my coffee table that has been DIY'd. I'm gonna say that this coffee table gets DIY'd every year. So, and this is probably no lie, it gets DIY'd every year. So every year for Christmas, we take our coffee table out of our house and we put it in our storage unit for Christmas, because my house is not large, and so we have to move the coffee table out because it is large. And so when we bring it back in, usually before we bring it back in, I always just give it do a DIY on it. I give it a fresh coat of paint and whatever it is that I do. It's been all white. It's been all white. It's been white with a chocolate top. It's been white with, I mean, it's been a number of different colors. If I can find pictures of all the different ways it's looked, I'll go ahead and insert those. But yeah, so I'm also going to do a DIY on the coffee table. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just let you watch me paint here, and then I'll get into some other stuff during the video a little bit later. So I was trying to explain to you all that I had already did 2 coats and I was going to do a 3rd coat. And I'm not really sure why it didn't record what I was saying, but I'm just going to try and hopefully remember everything that I was telling you all. So here I am, and I was also saying that I'm not going to paint the trim because my husband and I are going to take that trim down because I believe it's like a 1 inch, or I think it's like a 1 or 1.5 inch trim that was already up. I never liked it. We did have someone come in and give us a quote to put new crown molding up in our living room, and it was going to cost us close to $3,000. And as I've said before, my husband and I have been remodeling our bathroom, and my husband did all of the baseboards himself, and to me it looks like a professional did it. And so I feel like we can go ahead and just do the crown molding ourselves. So I'm not going to paint the crown molding because we are going to go ahead and end up taking that down and having him put new crown molding up. And then I was talking about this paneling behind our TV. This was already there also. I believe it is I believe it's pallet wood, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't like it. So what I think I'm going to end up doing, and let me know what you all think. So I think I'm going to just paint it white for now and see how I feel about it. But when we go back and start to do the crown molding, I think I'm going to just purchase another piece of the paneling that matches the rest of our house and go ahead and put that behind the TV so that it all matches. And that's basically everything that I was saying. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe paint that white. I'm still on the fence, but I do have, this video is not going to be complete, so I've only made it through half of the DIYs because I've just had a lot going on with my migraines. But so I'm just kind of just going over what I would like to do, but my plan is to paint this white. So let me know what you all think, and then yeah, we're going to go ahead and get back into the video. Okay, so this is my coffee table that I'm going to go ahead and DIY again. I actually like the way that it looks, but I have a couple of different areas and different spots that I have on it from, I probably shouldn't have been crafting on it, but I did. So I have like some red paint and some other stuff on it. So this is what it's going to look like after one coat, and here I am going to show you the items that I will be using. I have my respirator mask, I have a brush from the Dollar General, my gloves, my paper towel, and I'm also going to use the Bare Special Walnut, which when I looked at on the can, like I was saying before, it was lighter, so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and just trust the process. And so I went ahead and just started to add it on and then to wipe it off, but it was a lot darker than what I wanted. For some reason I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter than what it was, but as you can see here, it is quite dark. So here I'm just wiping on the stain with my paintbrush, and I have that little bathroom brush cleaner. So when I did my table the first time, I used one of those to give it the faux wood look, but I ended up just not using that and just used the paintbrush instead. So here I'm just moving it out the way. And then what I did was I kind of just took the paintbrush after I put the stain on it, and I kind of just went from one end to the other to give it the wood look. And then I also was not going too heavy around the edges, because I like the idea of having the white paint and the cracks show up in the little areas that have the little cracks in it. So here I am just trying to give it that wood look, and still trying to trust the process. And then I went back and wiped it some to try and wipe it back to give it more of the white look. And yeah, so I just continued to do that until I was happy with it. And then I let it sit overnight and dry, and then once it was dry, I went ahead and just brought it back in. I did also add some of the Waverly white wax, because I thought that maybe that would help lighten it up a little bit. But you'll see the finished product here shortly here. And that is it for today's video. If you like what I'm doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you on the next one. And actually, the next video, part 2, will be posted on Wednesday. And then the following Sunday will be the last part of the makeover. Hope you enjoy.